Morning people, this is Sam, South Carolina Happy Bees. It's about 65 degrees out here, the sun's shining, and the wind is blowing at somewhere between 10 and 14 miles an hour. And I forgot to get some stuff, but we're okay now. We're always okay though. Put their pollen there, put their sugar here, put their paper. This one you got 3 4x4s under it, and it just, they're not level. They broke a while back, but now they. Okay, this is one of my nukes. This up here is how I feed them. This is for the new people that hasn't been watching us. This is how I feed my bees. That's paper. We'll go through all that in a minute. This is rabbit. Come on, girl. This is rabbit wire. It's a 1/2 inch rabbit wire. You can use something else if you want to, but that's what I use. I put paper on top of it, and then I put sugar on top of that. And when need to, I staple them down, and that's what I did with this one. But that's just the paper. Paper gets damp from the weather and from the bees. People don't think about things like this, but bees are like little people, they sweat. There you go. Put a staple in it, and then we just pull the staple up. Got some more staples in the middle of it, because once you cut this paper now, it's kind of hard to hold down. I mean, the wire kind of hard to hold down flat, and it doesn't really have to be flat, but I like it flatter than not. Let's see where else it's stapled. But anyway, with the paper on there, you can usually just lift it, turn the, let me get it off here first. Come on, move, girls. Okay. See how crooked that is now? That's why I staple it. But we'll get back to that when we feed them, and I'll show you how we do that. And I'll even explain to you why. These are the bees. It's a single frame 8 right now. They were 8 frames. Single frame nuke right now. People, it's early for me. Well, it's early for out of the house. I've been up since 6. Got a bunch of stuff to do in the house in the mornings. It's like the bees. I got my routine, they got theirs. Okay, this one has some honey. That one doesn't have too much honey, but a little bit honey. A little bit of honey over there on your left side. And some empty frames that they can put some honey in, nectar in. We'll scrape some of this propolis off so it's not as hard next time to get it off. That's in the little wings here. That they build it out, and they do that to keep it from rolling and wobbling and stuff. Okay, this one. Has some pollen. A little nectar. This one has not much on it. Okay, that one there got some pollen and some nectar on it. Always check your bottom. Bottom looks okay. And once we finish with these bees, we'll do a little talking too. This one has brood, eggs, and larvae, and some new babies. This one too, and babies being born. Didn't see the queen. Now some people ask me about marks like this. This one's yellow. And why I've got them on my foundations, my frames. And that's because that was the year that foundation was started. I let them build their own. Here, like I say, they got a white queen. I don't know if she's very white today though. Yep, there she is. She's a couple of years old. She's got brood. And that one's got a blue one or a red one. That's the year that I put it in there and they did that foundation. Okay, but now this being a white queen, she might, depends on how things go, she may even swarm in September. The little girl's bringing in pollen. They have nectar on the outside and a little honey. Bottom's still clean. Bees will swarm at any time. You can have plenty of room in there. And if the bees decide it's time to swarm, they'll swarm. It don't matter when it is. September, they start building up. February, somebody will say, let's go. And they will, they'll swarm if you don't keep a good eye on them. Now swarming is okay, you can split your hives like that and things, but you have to have drones to make queens. To make hives. But that's them now. I saw where the honey was and everything else. Let's say this is winter time. And if the bees can, they'll lay eggs, or the queen, she'll lay eggs. She'll lay eggs in the winter time. Not many, but a little bit. But I give mine pollen all year if they need it. And as long as she's staying warm, she'll be okay. But when it starts getting cold, I don't use liquid food when it's getting cold. I'll take one of these pieces of wire here like this. You cut it to fit your top, regardless if it's an 8 or 10 or whatever. Take it, just push it down a little bit wherever it's popping up. Get a staple gun with staples in it. We try to keep a spare. So we're going to push that down. You don't have to push it down tight now, just enough to hold it down like that. See, that's flat enough. And take the paper. I use the cheapest paper I can use, and I'll usually split it in half, but you put that over the top. That's a piece of pollen. And take this up, put this all down here, get rid of the paper that they don't need. Come on, girls. There we go. Now what I'll do with this is I'll take it over here and stick it on top of some water, and the bees will eat that. And then we put our block on. Because now in February they're going to start building up, which means they're going to be eating a lot. But there's another reason I do this too. I've had people call me, tell me my bees froze or my bees starved or whatever else. But we just put sugar down here, put about 3-4 pounds in a 5-frame nuke. Okay. Now, what that does is when it's cold, let's say you're in a place where it gets cold. We have a few nights here, a few weeks. We've had some cold weather that you lost a lot of bees. But it wasn't because of this. But if you've got honey in here, you got honey on both sides, and it gets down to say 19 degrees, you got your cluster in the middle. Those bees in the middle, if it's that cold, they can't leave the cluster to go find food, come back. If you don't, they'll freeze in between there. So you put your sugar up here like this, and as the bees rotate in the cluster, they can eat. They don't have to leave the warm spots. There's something else too. Okay, in the wintertime, when it gets cold, starts to get cold, say 45 degrees and lower, and you've got a 2-tier, 3-tier, whatever else box, you get your brood and your queen and some honey, because it's going to warm up every once in a while, and the bees will leave that and go eat. But put them in the top. All the heat's going to go up to the top, and that's where the bees need to be, and the queen needs to be, and the brood needs to be. That's about the best way of getting them to overwinter. But that's this one now. Y'all have any questions? Just ask. And then what we do is we put a number on them. This is hive number 108. Last time we was in here was on the 1st of January. And this is 12 20th of January, 23. Has a white queen. White queen. That's all they need to know. We know if there's a queen in there, there's brood. Now if there's no brood, then we write it up. Okay. But that's them. This is 108. I'm Sam Godwin. South Carolina Happy Bees. Give us a thumbs up, comment, share. Let people know what we're doing. And if this helped you out any, just let me know. Got any questions? Ask them. Y'all just be careful out there. Have a great weekend coming up. Today is Friday. Y'all have a great one. Bye.